uh, hey, listen, the way I feel right now is how I anticipated I would feel the day after doing the live show down to the city winery. Um, and this is why I knew that it would be impossible for me to do two shows in one night, right? Like I know I crack my jokes about I'm not no two show type of bitch, which it's literally all satire. Like in a perfect world, I would love to be able to double my money and do two shows in one night. But the amount of yourself that you have to give when you are on that stage, at least doing it at the level in which I try to do it. And I try to make it a point to connect with any and everybody that wants to connect with me on a spiritual level. It really does drain your life force. I've been in bed all day. And y'all can even hear it now. I have nothing left to give to the world today. I really don't. But last night, guys, you you just kind of had to be there. You just last night last night was nothing short of amazing. Special shout out to Don Juan for bringing this city winery thing right into my lap. It's not something that I would have did on my own. It's not something that I thought I was interested in doing. It's something that I was nervous and skeptical about. Um, but when I tell y'all a time was had, and then midway or like towards the end of the show, the energy from the audience felt so good, and I wanted to keep it moving. I was like, do y'all wanna go to the after party? Y'all wanna have an after party at Pretty Plates or whatever? And so the lights were so bright on the stage that, to be honest, I couldn't see out into the audience. I could see the first few people in the front. So I was like, y'all want to go to Pretty Place after this and have a little after party? Have some drinks. And so maybe like from what I could see on the stage, maybe like 18 people waved their hands up. And I asked again, because listen, I wasn't about to drive 20 minutes from the venue and go on over to Pretty Place just to entertain 15 people, right? I recognized it was a work night. I was like, people probably don't want to go or whatever. I'ma see. And so I kept asking, I was like, anybody want to go to Pretty Place? And I was like, matter of fact, fuck it. Drinks on me. After party at Pretty Place. And I honestly think, guys, that was like the icing on the cake to the event. Because like we had the event and then we had this impromptu party at Tanya Place. And so me and some people, we get in my car. I'm thinking when we pull up the Pretty Place, it's probably going to be 20, 30 people. Baby, the parking lot was flooded the fuck at, okay? Baby, we had about 150 people down there in Pretty Place for old nasty impromptu party. When we got down to Pretty Place, Tyra, one of the business owners in the establishment, she around here pulled out the little Palm Pilot thing, trying to take individual orders. Who want an old fashioned? Who want a margarita, baby? I got behind that bar. I said, girl, we don't have time for none of that. Okay, give me a bottle of Tito's, give me a bottle of tequila, and give me a bottle of Hennessy. And baby, we was back there. Somebody telling me I need to turn the volume up. Let me see. Nah, baby, that ain't me. That's you. That ain't me, baby. The volume's on you. Um, she baby, I grabbed them liquor bottles. My friend Joy and Oliver was putting ice in the cups. It was so many people in there thirsty. I say, bitch, we not taking no drink orders. This what we got. Vodka and cran, tequila and pineapple, Hennessy and Coke. Make it enough, okay? And baby, the people made it enough. We had a good time at the show. We had a good time down the Pretty Place. It made me feel so good to be able to bring all of these local people to my friend's business. Now, most people had already eaten at City Winery, but a few people ordered him a pork chop plate, a chicken plate. I think Pretty Plates did whatever she could drop in the grease. She did. The people had a really, really good time. Something else that y'all don't know, a DJ was never supposed to be a part of the equation, right? Like when Don Juan told me about this shit, I went up there, I was like, I'll just do it like I do my show. And then I have a DJ friend that moved to Atlanta that was supposed to do it, and she couldn't get off of work. So then I said, you know what? Maybe I should incorporate a DJ. That'll take some of the heavy lifting off of my shoulders. It'll give me somebody to bounce off of, whatever the case may be. Folded DJ A1 into the equation. DJ A1 and I have not shared a stage together in over a decade. The way we were just in sync on that stage, the way he knew what songs to play based on what story. Now I got to figure out how to work this Negro in the budget because it just got to get better. Now, this is what I had on yesterday. I want to give a very, very, very special shout out to my homegirl first, my stylist second, Miss Erica Benoit. Erica had done went down and she had done found me some pieces, baby. She, baby, that Fendi jacket so motherfucking nasty, bitch. That jacket is so nasty. I mean, when she showed me this jacket a few weeks ago, I was like, oh yes, I have. Let me tell y'all something. Every time y'all see me at one of the functions, I'm finna be like Tiffany Haddish, and I'm finna have this jacket on, baby. This jacket was so damn nasty. I felt so good. We had an amazing time. Don't fret. I had a videographer following me from the moment I pulled up to the moment I got home. So she's editing the video together. Y'all will have it in a few days or whatever. Y'all will get a whole behind the scenes situation, y'all. It was just a really, 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 really good time. That's really all I can say, y'all. We had a good time. I cannot wait to come see y'all in y'all's respective cities. Everything went over, excuse me, without a hitch. I was nervous at first, again, because the lights on the stage were so bright and I couldn't quite see into the audience. I couldn't quite gauge if people were feeling it or what. And, you know, after the show, just the love and the applause that I got from everyone, and everyone walked up and just reassured me that they had a good time. You know, it's one thing for y'all to tune in from the comfort of your home, right? Like, it's not a lot of pressure doing that in this format. But when you're doing it on stage, you know, folks don't have to get babysitters. Folks don't have to take off for work the next day. Folks don't went and got outfits. Folks don't left work early. Folks put a lot of effort into going and seeing you. And it's a room full of 300 something odd people. It's a lot of pressure, but I am glad that I got this first one up under my belt. I am glad that I've now got the infrastructure of what this thing is. I am glad that I ran the first one in Atlanta and that y'all are willing to do after parties during the week. See, I wasn't interested in doing no after parties in some of the other cities because I was like, oh, this is a Tuesday night. This is a Wednesday night. Folks are not going to want to go out and they got to go to work in the morning. So I wasn't interested in putting on any after parties. But after having, 150 of y'all follow me over to Pretty Plates for us to party, I am now understanding that the people don't mind saying F that damn job and coming out. I just want to put me on the screen one more time because, baby, I look good, bitch. Bitch, I look good. I don't even need you to tell me. I don't need y'all hoes to tell me. I looked it real good last night, okay? So shouts out to everybody that came. Shouts out to everybody that bought tickets for the future ones. Like, it's only going to get better now that I'm no longer nervous, now that I know what this thing is, now that I know what it takes to move it, now that I know what it takes to move y'all. I got it. All I'm finna do now is build upon it, and we gonna have a funky good time in a city nearest you. So last but not least on the City Winery thing, and then I'm gonna move on. The reason why City Winery works is because they are a network of venues. I thought there was a City Winery in every major city, right? That is not the case. There's a City Winery in Atlanta, Chicago, New York, St. Louis, Nashville. There might be a few other places, and the one in DC closed. Because they are a network of venues, you can talk to one person and be filtered through all of their venues. The next group of venue owners that I told Don Juan to look at was House of Blues, because there's a House of Blues in a lot of places. And then I also told him to look at the improv comedy theater circuit, because there is definitely a lot of improv comedy theater places in all of the cities. So again, the live show thing is new. We're trying to put it together. But if you have one of those venues in your city, then odds are we're going to be able to come to you in some capacity at some point. Nevertheless, that's that on that. Let's just go ahead and get right on into the show. Guys, I have been very fascinated by what is going on with this beef stuff. All political topics don't move me, but I am particularly fascinated with this beef stuff. And I think the reason why I'm most fascinated with this beef stuff is because this is the one effect of this administration that every American is going to feel, right? Like, there are certain topics I can throw my hands up about abortion, right? I don't have no daughters. I'm not a woman. I'm over 40. Yeah. Personally speaking, abortion don't move me left or right. Personally, I'm going to always vote for women's rights, but personally, it doesn't affect me. Immigration, doesn't affect me. Clearing student loan debt, doesn't affect me. This beef stuff affects everybody. And so because of it, I love just kind of sitting back and kind of seeing what people's responses are to it. So I got about 3 stories at the top of the show about this administration and this beef stuff. But this first cartoon that I'm going to play is a perfect illustration of what's going on for those of you who may not be aware of what's going on with this beef stuff. Take a listen.
Nobody walks into a grocery store hoping to buy whatever a foreign country couldn't sell anybody else. The president went out and bought it for us anyway. America's own cattleman warned him Argentina has animal disease problems and nobody would be checking closely enough. He quadrupled the imports anyway, and what he ordered was trimmings, the leftovers after the good cuts are gone. Then 30,000 pounds got pulled off shelves in Florida and Texas because nobody ever inspected it. Texas has a Republican agriculture commissioner, and even he's asking how much more got through that nobody caught. 2 weeks later, the president asked for triple the volume from countries he flatly refuses to name, and swore it's the highest quality beef on earth, which takes real confidence when you're describing floor sweepings. It gets blended into American beef at the plant and lands in your grocery case with no country on the label at all, because Congress conveniently killed that labeling law in 2015 and never brought it back. Your hamburger never got cheaper. The only price that dropped was what a rancher gets paid for his cow. Plenty of ranchers voted for him, including conservative senators who raise cattle themselves. They're allowed to regret it. Since 1950, this country has lost 2/3 of its farms, and the billionaires this administration actually works for are waiting and ready to buy up every acre as family farmers struggle to stay in business.
Listen to me carefully. The way that these people are getting ready to commodify water and the way they are getting ready to further commodify food should be scary to everybody. I've been following closely how much of the water and mineral rights people like Bill Gates have been buying up, and some of these other billionaires. And I am telling y'all what is getting ready to happen, because let's be clear here. The reason why Trump and his cronies are so willing to feed everybody else this bullshit beef is because they don't have to eat it. Okay? They don't have to eat it. People who got resources don't have to eat grocery store beef. My cousin Tina shared with me that my Uncle Mac, her father, goes in every year with some people around him. They go in on a cow and they get XYZ amount of meat and put in the deep freezer. I have already decided that the next time my uncle goes and gets a cow, that I need to put my hat in the ring. I need to get me a third of a cow, an eighth of a cow, quarter, however the hell they sell it. I need to be doing the same, because it was in Project 2025 that nobody read that one of their sinister plans was to destabilize the food market. You know what I'm saying? And my hope is that whoever gets in office next has the support and the infrastructure to reverse a lot of things and to put consumer protections back into play. For the life of me, I don't understand what type of politician you have to be to vote alongside not putting the country of origin on the meat. Like, and here is why I can no longer accept, because when we do stories, people love to say black people are not a monolith, freedom of speech. Y'all can't tell people how to vote. The Democrats have had y'all on a slave plantation all of these years. There are black people who are Republican. Let me make something perfectly clear to anybody out there who knows me and anybody who is interested in knowing me in the future. I can get past you voted for Donald Trump, okay? What I can't get past is anyone as of August 27th, 2026, who cannot look me in the face and just tell the truth about what's going on. You can have voted for Trump, but if we're sitting down at Red Lobster and we're talking, in order for me to feel comfortable with you, I need you to be able to say, yes, I voted for him, but this man really messed stuff up. Yes, I may have voted for him, but this stuff that's going on with this beef is ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you why. It's bigger than policy at this point. It has long not been about policy, and it has crossed over into morality a long time ago. It has crossed over into morality a long time ago, okay? If you, effective August 27, 2026, can still ride and support this man, this administration, and these policies, let me be perfectly clear here. You and I are not the same. We do not share the same moral fabric, and I'm just not interested in keeping the company of people who have a moral barometer that is that low. Again, this is far. Stop eating that. What are you eating? You stay eating some damn shit. Last but not least, on this particular topic, y'all gonna have to start budgeting a little bit of extra money for food, because what's going to end up happening is, if you want low quality food, you can go to the grocery store. Good, clean food is going to be commodified and sold at a premium. That is literally what is about to happen. Good food is going to be sold at a premium, and we're going to have a high-end food market and a low-end food market. Now, here is the thing, because there is always opportunity in the midst of bullshit. For all of my local farmers, now is actually the time for y'all to spend some money on marketing. Now is the time that people are like, hell no, we want farm to table. Now is the time. Smith Hall Ranch and all them people that came on my show, business, the girl that was selling the pork chops and stuff, people like that. Now is the time for you to be putting infrastructure in place, getting that shipping and stuff. That's going to be the way to go. Because I'm telling you, let me move on really quickly because this is getting lengthy. Trump's own agriculture secretary don't know where the damn meat coming from. Take a look.
There's a lot of ground beef. This is just ground beef. There's a lot of ground beef that's sitting in other countries that would potentially help serve Americans, especially lower income Americans who really lean into the lean ground beef. And so this is a very short-term fix from the president's perspective that he believed necessary to get lower cost beef onto American plates. When you look at the fact that we're eating more beef than ever before, when you look at our programs like Harvest to Hallways, a big part of that is ground beef and it is getting protein onto these school lunch plates. There has never been a higher demand for beef and protein than there is today, the new dietary guidelines. So again, that very short-term effort to get some of that ground beef that's sitting out there in the world into America, the president felt was very important right now. But for the long term, and you'll hear more coming on this, we've never been more committed. And you can see that 2 weeks ago, for the first time in 10 years, the heifer retention number went up. It was at 3%. First time in a decade. That's pretty crazy. And then the cost of ground beef is already going down. It went down the lowest, biggest drop it had been since 2020. So all the numbers are working. All the plans we put in place are working. The president, I think, just wanted to supercharge just a little bit the cost of beef, since he's been hearing a lot about it from the American consumer.
During that short-term window you described, which countries are we importing the beef from?
I will be very transparent, and that is over at U.S. Trade Rep. I am actually not part of any of those conversations, so I am not sure what that looks like. I think we'll know very soon.
The way white people could sit up in your face and lie to you without flinching has got to be studied. The way this woman, and then do you notice how the word low income stood out? Y'all notice that, right? Especially for lower income families in America. Again, further solidifying the fact that this man really don't care about the people down here. Now, I'm finna drive it all the way home for you with this next story, then we're gonna move on from this beef. But really quickly, she talking about, yeah, such and such, all these different cuts of beef that are just sitting around the world. Well, bitch, what was it doing before y'all? all this beef that's just sitting around the world in other countries. What was some other countries doing with it before we had this magical demand for it? They are scraps from off the floor that, quite frankly, when you ground a bad pack of beef with a good pack of beef and mix it all together, you probably won't be able to tell much of a difference, but who want that? Last but not least, this is why any farmer in the Midwest that voted for this man is an absolute idiot. Take a listen.
I keep seeing people say you can either own the libs or you can own your farm, but you can't own both, and that is 100% correct. I don't know if there is another group in this country who benefits more from all those liberal, commie, socialist policies that Republicans love to complain about than farmers. USAID, we use taxpayer money to buy up their product and ship it overseas to feed people for imperialist soft power purposes. They wanted to see those people starve, so now they don't get that money. SNAP and WIC, we spend $100 billion on SNAP every year, and some of the only things that are guaranteed purchases for EBT cards across all 50 states are produce and meat. So they are guaranteed a cut of that money. They are guaranteed a customer base in all 50 states, but they wanted people to starve, so they don't get that money anymore. Free school lunch programs, why do you think we give kids milk instead of water? It's for the farmers, but they wanted to cut that and own the libs. So all those rural hospitals that we were using Medicare money to keep open, that was for them. They're the ones that live in all the rural areas. No one is worried about the Mayo Clinic or Mass General and how they're going to get funded. It was for them. Now their healthcare costs are through the roof. They're the ones who benefit from regulations, but they wanted to cut all those. So say hello to screwworms killing off your cattle and E. coli in all of your produce that now you can't sell. They benefit from antitrust laws. There's 4 companies that own 80% of the farms or something. Breaking that up to increase competition would do nothing but benefit them, and that's what Kamala had in her plan, but nope, they didn't want that. They wanted to own the libs. I don't know if there is an industry who benefits more from migrant labor than agriculture. Some documented, some undocumented. It's a bit of a mixed bag, but they decided to deport or scare off half their workforce. Geniuses. They're the ones who go bankrupt first when all those tariffs come into play. It happened in Donald Trump's first term, and he went out there and campaigned on the exact same thing. They voted for it, and guess what happened? You can't own the libs and also own your farm when your farm is being subsidized by the libs. But they let some coastal elite Nepo baby billionaire and some Ivy League acre trader investor convince them that priority number 1 should be the fact that a trans person they've never met, living in a state they've never been to, might want to play a sport they've never watched. So they went into that polling booth 3 fucking times, 2016, 2020, and 2024. And they voted to light their entire family legacy and all their generational wealth on fire, to own the libs. And now they're looking around expecting all of us to be fucking firefighters for them.
I had to play this for y'all because she summed it up so beautifully. Now, what I hope Americans will do is just leave ground beef alone altogether until stuff is put in play. Ground beef is not something anybody has to eat, right? I'm trying to think right now. I actually don't eat ground beef much month to month. I don't. Let's go lean over the chicken. And here's the saddest part about it. Given the opportunity to vote this way again for the same reasons they voted this way, they do it again. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. Given the opportunity to vote this way again, they would do it again. And that is why I call racism mental illness. It is a mental illness. For you to cut off your own nose in order to cut off my hand, that is mental illness. You ain't get you want to block. You are willing to bankrupt yourself and block you from getting ahead just to keep me from getting ahead one step. That's mental illness, baby. That is mental illness at its finest. Like she said, they convinced you that the problem was a trans person in some state that you've never been to, wanting to play a sport that you never watched. Moving right along. Since we ain't buying beef, I guess we can have money to buy some more Louis, Prada, Gucci, or whatever. But y'all got to go get the stuff from the real stores and not from the counterfeit lady in Miami. Well, y'all can't get it from the counterfeit lady in Miami no more because they don't took her ass to jail. Take a look.
Woman is behind bars after authorities say they found more than $1.7 million worth of counterfeit luxury items in her home in Miami-Dade. Detectives say the case started with a tip back in February, leading investigators to 36-year-old Ludmila Perez Labrada and an Instagram page called Elegance and Glamour. And that is where investigators say she appeared to sell fake designer merchandise. Undercover investigators bought handbags and clothes, all later confirmed to be fake. Detectives say her Zelle record showed more than 570 deposits, totaling more than $112,000 in just 5 months.
Can I ask y'all a question? How dumb do you have to be running an illegal business of any sort and promote it on Instagram? What's the thought process? Is the thought process, oh, I'm just a little old person in Miami. The feds are not going to see me? Is that the thought? Because I ain't never sold nothing illegal online. I was smart enough to sell whatever I was selling outside, on the boulevard, on the corner, in the club, in the bike, by the bathroom. What would possess y'all to run an illegal business and somebody said mental illness too, and promote it online? Like, no, that's supposed to be a word of mouth business. When you are a booster, when you are selling fake stuff, that is supposed to be a word of mouth, those who know type of business. I ain't gonna upset y'all tonight about people that wear fake stuff, because y'all already know how I feel about it. Then again, I might upset y'all. I'm not gonna make it about y'all. I'm gonna make it about me. That's what I'm gonna do. My ego will not allow me to wear anything fake. Okay? When I grew up in Miami as a little boy, and my mom would take me to Bell Harbor, which is like the luxury high-end mall. We couldn't afford shit in there. We was just going looking. And I would go around various places in Miami and, see people with nice stuff. It was always aspirational for me. Like, wow, this is what the rich people have on. This is what the rich people wear. This is what it was always a status and a lifestyle to aspire to. And so for me, I'm just talking about me, I'm not interested in the shortcut, right? Like, I am more interested in the feeling that I personally get from saying, yes, I really have reached a place in my life where I can go into the store and buy XYZ. And when I have it on, I feel great. And somebody said, I could care less. Half the time, people can't tell the difference. And again, it's not about people. It's about me. I personally would not feel confident with fake shit on. I don't like people who fake and flage. And let's be clear here. Let's be very clear. And this is where y'all feelings finna get hurt. Y'all love to do this thing about, I'm not buying it because it's a brand. I'm buying it because it's cute. You're a fucking liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. You are buying it because you want the social cachet that comes along with it. You want the social cachet that comes along with it. You want to show up in the spaces and the girls be like, ooh, you that girl. You her. That's what you want. That's what everybody wants who puts it on. You're making a statement. But the gag is when you buy fake shit, you lying. And that is why I can't get into the fake. Because does that make me insecure? Does that make me too worried about what other people think? Perhaps. I don't know. But when somebody look at me and be like, now he look like $1 million, I actually want to like be worth $1 million, right? Like, I don't want people to look at me and think that I have on like, because here's the thing. Back in the day, when you saw somebody that had on a Prada blouse and a Saint Laurent skirt and a big Prada bag on their shoulder, you were able to make assumptions about their life. You were able to assume They were well off. They were highly educated. They had a business. They had a rich husband. They come from wealth. You were able to make assumptions about that person based on what they got. Now, child, you can't look at nobody and make no type of assumption because y'all too busy wearing fake shit that half the time folks look like they got it going on and don't have nothing going on. And that is the problem for me with the fake shit. You're wearing it to give that you got it and you don't. You're misleading. It just hit me. That's my problem with it. It's misleading. It's just misleading. And y'all try to humble the girls with this. They make it in China just like everything else. Where it's made at, what it's made of, does not change the psychological, social cachet behind it. For all of those made in China rebuttal people, it still don't change the fact that a bitch that can go in Prada and buy the $5,000 bag is doing better than the bitch that have to buy it off of Canal Street for $500. Whether it's made in China or not, one is better than the other. And that's a hard truth. One is better than the other. It makes me feel good that I can go buy my shit out the store. Can you say the same? Get from by me. I don't want that fake shit to get on my shoulder. I do not want that fake shit to get on my shoulder. It makes me feel good that I can go in the store and buy the real thing. That's just me. We're gonna do one more story. It ain't that deep. It is that deep. It really is that deep. Y'all love to say it's not that deep. It is that deep. Because if it wasn't that deep, you wouldn't be going buying fake shit. Name anything else you buy fake. Name something in your price bracket that you can actually afford that you would go buy fake. I don't think there's a damn bitch on here that will go buy a fake pair of Steve Madden's. It ain't a damn bitch on here that'll go buy a fake pair of Steve Madden's. Why? Because you're like, why? I can just afford the real thing, right? Like, who's going to go buy some fake Steve Madden's? So, no, it is that deep. It is that deep. Because if it wasn't, y'all wouldn't be buying that fake shit. It is that deep. Everybody want to look rich. Somebody say I sound dumb. My stuff not fake, though. Yeah! My stuff not fake. My stuff not fake. My stuff not fake, though, bitch. My stuff not fake. Now I'm dumb. Because I don't hit a nerve with y'all wearing that fake shit. Okay, girl. Moving right along. We're going to do this next story, then we're going to bring on our guests. Lindsay Clancy. I had been staying away from this story because at the time in which I heard them say she killed 3 children, I was like, that is heavy. I did not quite dig into the nuts and bolts of the story. It wasn't until I saw so many white women standing out there in support of Lindsay Clancy that I said, let me take a look into what's going on with this Lindsay Clancy story. And I'm probably going to go viral for my next opinion, just like they say I sympathize with pedophiles. I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to propose a very interesting question that I want us to delve into. Then we're going to go to our guest. But take a listen to what's going on with Lindsay Clancy, for those of y'all who may not be aware.
The amount of support that Lindsay Clancy is getting is kind of alarming. Lindsay Clancy is the 36-year-old woman out of Massachusetts who unalived 3 of her children via strangulation. Cora was 5, Dawson was 3, and Callahan was 8 months old, and she strangled all 3 of them. And her case is postpartum. After she did the deed, she actually hurled herself out of a second-story window and is now paralyzed from the waist down. Mandrinique with Atlanta Black Star. So her defense is postpartum depression. That's what her attorneys are claiming. But what's concerning to me is the fact that there are women in Massachusetts and around the country protesting in front of the courthouse in Plymouth in solidarity of her and what she did. They're wearing pink t-shirts, they're bringing their babies out there, and it's causing an interesting divide because they're the people who are saying, you know, she was suffering from postpartum. Postpartum is really serious. But then the amount of people on the other side that are really alarmed, and they are literally second guessing the women that they're married to and have kids with. Apparently, one couple broke up because the guy was like, yeah, I can't trust you being the mother of my child. Like, this is really getting serious. The amount of nannies and babysitters who are literally being fired because they support Lindsay Clancy. But she had 3 of them, 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and an 8-month-old. At what point did she really say, I can't have another child because this is really affecting me? So allegedly, her defense is saying that she had reached out for help and services and resources, and she was always turned away. Mental health is nothing to be played with. But again, 3 children, 5, 3, and 8 months old, there was at no point no one wanted to help her. There's medications for postpartum depression. There's medications for bipolar and all of the mental health issues that her defense is claiming. And no one gave her medication, that she felt like she had to resort to unaliving 3 of her children. And the amount of women that are protesting in the streets for her to be vindicated of this. So if she's convicted, she can get up to life in prison. But like I said, the part that's alarming is the fact that we are essentially she's like a hero. There was a video footage of her going to the courthouse one morning and people were cheering.
And so that video gets lengthy. I'm going to end it there. The question that I have in reference to Lindsay getting that much support, and this may be a very uncomfortable question to ask, is how many of those women felt like killing their children too? That is Ryan and Rio, get out of here. Y'all always got to mess shit up. Bye. Go get to bed. Oh, Ryan said it wasn't me, it was Rio. Ryan decided to stay. The question that I have is, for so many people to stand in solidarity like that with her, how many of them have felt the same way? And I'm seeing in the chat, a lot of people are saying she was on a lot of medications. People are blaming the husband. People are blaming, the postpartum psychosis. I'm just curious, what is the bond that is linking that many white women to her? There has to be something in common with Lindsay that got those women out there. It's strange. It's sad. Somebody says she was on a long list of medications at different times, not all the same. Yeah. Again, I can't even begin to speak on postpartum because I don't know how it can make you feel or whatever. But I am of the belief, and I think that that's the bigger takeaway from this Lindsay Clancy situation. I think that there are more people than not that want to harm their children. And I think that that is what we need to be paying attention to. So a lot of people are saying it's her whiteness that is binding them and bonding them. Could be. I can't say one way or another, but it is scary. Nevertheless, y'all, now comes the time to the show. I'm going to bring on somebody who's been here before, and I love I absolutely love when we have like Funky Dineva marketplace success stories. And I love when people come on multiple times with multiple products. And this next person that's coming on, she doesn't know it, but she actually was like one of my favorite people who came on. And if y'all don't know who I'm talking about Jennifer Marks from the Clean Theory Candle Company. Um, I just loved her. She was the one who came on with the candles, and then she's like, she had the suggestions of the R&B songs that should go with each candle. Well, Jennifer and I both got sick and tired of y'all being bald headed. We did. We just said it's a bald head epidemic. It's a bald headed pandemic. And they said that because the price of beef was going up, that the girls could not afford wigs no more. And that they got to start doing their regular hair because stuff just out here, just the money just ain't flowing like it was flowing. I say, well, Jen, if the money ain't flowing like it was flowing, and the people gon' be in part of all the things and whatnot, what we could do for the people? And Jennifer say, we gonna do some hair oil for the people to keep the people from being bald headed, right? And so that's what we finna bring her on to talk about as soon as I could figure out how to get Jennifer on the screen. There it is. That's what I was looking for. And without any further ado, I would like to bring our sister Jennifer Marks back to the stage. Jennifer, girl, what's going on? Listen, we got tired of the people being bald headed, so we say we got to find something to help the community. The money going down, beef going up, people can't afford. Now I'm gonna tell y'all one thing before we get into this. Y'all don't want that beef from Argentina, but y'all don't mind getting that hair from over there. Okay, y'all can't pick and choose now what y'all want to get from Argentina. Y'all don't mind getting that Peruvian Argentinian silky, but y'all don't want no Argentina horse meat. Nevertheless, Jennifer, girl, what's going on, Fred?
What's going on with you, Q? How you doing?
Listen,
How's everything?
Jen, everything is on the up and up. I'm happy. I'm doing good. Life is good. How have you been?
Good, but I got one question. I saw that old nasty Fendi blazer you had on,
Yes.
and who said you ain't got no
I
pieces
sent it to
again?
them bitches over there in the
Who said
corner, but
that?
them over
They,
there, but they was
over there,
lying. They was
over there.
lying. Them hoes was in the chat when I was reading them about fake stuff, talking about Funky, you be looking real regular though, not when I step out, bitch. Maybe on a
You was
day-to-day
looking sharp.
basis, but not when I step out. And she don't be fake. You see how when it's not fake, it hit different? It hit different when it ain't fake. Let me leave them people alone. They ain't ready for that level of confidence. It take money to have that level of confidence. Moving right along, Jennifer. Before we get into what we got going on, tell these people who may not be familiar with you who you are and why you on our line.
My name is Jennifer Marks. I'm the owner of the Clean Theory Candle Company. We sell candles, we sell body oil, we sell incense. And now I'm promoting the Formula 9 root oil. And why it's called Formula 9 is because it contains non-organic dried herbs that you have rosemary, you have lavender, you have rose petals, peppermint, moringa, neem, fenugreek, bringresh, and horsetail. And the last two are not too common. So let me let you know what they do. The horsetail protects the hair shaft, and the bringresh, which is what I need, prevents premature graying. So all the girls that are going through their midlife or a little before the midlife can definitely benefit from this. So let me tell you a little bit about the process. We have two carrier oils. Everything is organic. I have jojoba and I have avocado oil. Now I take these oils, I pour in the dried herbs, and I infuse them on very low heat for about 8 hours. We
Mhm.
want to extract all that goodness into the organic hair oils. Then I take them out, I'll filter, I press them, I get all those good nutrients out, and I put it into this 4 ounce bottle, this green bottle that you see. And it's a green bottle because we want to prevent contamination. We want to prevent not contamination, but we want to maintain the integrity of the product against the UV lighting. It's two-pronged, my oil. You have preventative and you have reactive. Now, if the girls have split ends, they can use it as a pre-poo, meaning they can take the oil, apply it to the scalp all the way down the hair shaft, put on a plastic cap, leave it on, vacuum, clean the house a little bit, and then shampoo everything out, and your hair will be long and luxurious, and you can
Yes.
fling it and put it behind your ear and everything. If you have split ends, it'll you can use it as a hot oil treatment. You can put it on. You can sit under the dryer, chill out, read a book, watch Funky, and then rinse that out as well. So it's an awesome product. I'm very happy with it. It's my favorite thing to formulate. I'm in here like Annie on Sinners, making my recipe and making my concoction and giving it to my people. And I hope you guys like it.
So let me tell you one passive, subtle, messy ass thing you just did. Bitch, I love how you got all them bottles back there in the back. Cause what mama saying is, move back. It's a whole nother row. Move back. Mama say, bitch, running out of product where? No shipping where? I've been waiting 4 weeks for what, baby? She said she came on. Listen, that's how you got to be now when you come to Funky Dineva Live, baby, because the people buys the stuff. Mama said, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm not gonna be keeping y'all money. I got product, I got hundreds of bottles, and I am ready to go. Now, here is where I got particularly interested. I did not realize, even as a man, I keep my beard short, right? So I've never really got into moisturizing. I just kind of moisturize my face. I've been
Yes.
using this on my beard because I did not even realize, blame my daddy, the nigga ain't never teach me, that even men with beards as short as mine can still get an elevation in their
Yes.
beauty by moisturizing this brittle shit. I've been going all these years with this brittle ass face, and then I did not even know you can put this in your eyebrows. Talk to me about that.
And between the crease of your elbows,
Mm-hmm.
behind your knees, it'll heal that. All the elements that are contained in my product are anti-inflammatory. Guys, you don't have to sneak in the bathroom and use our products anymore. We love you. We want to take care of you. We want to use all the good things that we use on ourselves. We want to give it to you. Y'all don't have to sneak, put it on your beard, your goatee, your eyebrows. You can even moisturize, even if you have shaved head. My husband has a shaved head. And I rub it on his head. Rub it on his
Ow,
head.
ow, ow. And guys, it's worth mentioning that the oil doesn't smell bad either. You know, it's kind of green like this, if y'all can see. And since she
Mhm.
told us that we can use it on the scalp, I'm gonna go ahead and see what it's
Yeah.
giving.
It's a very sweet,
Uh-huh.
earthy smell.
Yes.
I love it. It's not sugary, gourmand, vanilla,
Well, and you know what
brown
I like
sugar.
about it? You know what I like about
Yeah,
it
it's
too?
not that, none of that.
As a man, one of my concerns, especially like, okay, we're
Right,
getting ready to go to dinner and I'm gonna rub something on. Number one, is it going to smell like a woman? But number two, is
right.
it going to be super shiny on my head? Because then now I gotta take
Mm-hmm.
a napkin and wipe it off. And y'all can see I put it
Mm-hmm.
on in real time, and I am comfortable with this level of shine. It's not giving shiny, it's giving well hydrated skin. Okay, and that
Right.
is important, especially for those of us brothers that shave a lot with like a straight razor, like I do. It definitely is
Right.
important that you keep that skin on that head soft and supple and moisturized and not ashy and
Mm-hmm.
craggy. Same for those
Mm-hmm.
beards. And I'm gonna tell you something, ladies. For a lot of guys out there, the only difference between your nigga looking dusty and him looking like something really could be something as simple as just some beard oil. And that's what most people, a lot of people don't know, small little beauty hacks can take their look to the next level. And people sleep on how much well hydrated skin and well hydrated hair can make somebody look cleaner, nicer, more gentlemanlike, more ladylike. This is definitely something that, hell, you and your husband, you and your boyfriend, you and your son can definitely share. The bottle,
Proper
I love it.
hygiene is definitely
Yeah,
proper hygiene is definitely important.
yeah.
Ladies, when we see a man and he's ashy from his head or his lips or in between his fingers or the back of his feet, we got something to say about it.
Jennifer,
Take care of yourself.
Jennifer, they saying you so light.
Really?
Check the site. They said, now, I know y'all didn't. We didn't even finish the damn segment, y'all. Somebody said I just ordered two. Wait a minute. No,
Can't. It's 405 bottles.
right,
405
I
bottles.
know y'all ain't about
But
400.
wait. Who I'm talking to though? Who show
Wait.
am I on?
I know y'all ain't bought up 400 bottles of this lady's stuff just yet. Okay, no, they said the Discovery set is sold out. The individual bottles are
Oh.
still in stock. Y'all don't be scaring us, okay? Nevertheless, we
Mm-hmm.
gonna be sold out, okay, real soon. So y'all better, somebody say, I'm about to order 5, okay? And listen, guys, it is at a great price point.
Yes, double the standard issued bottle. A lot of bottles out here, 2 ounces. That's double that. You get 4.
Double it. At a time
Mm-hmm.
when money is scarce and beauty products is high and half of them are
Uh,
ineffective, this is what you do.
yes.
Somebody say, do you ship to Canada?
Don't. I can tell the person to email me, and we can talk about it.
Figure
We
it
can
out.
work something out. Yeah,
We
absolutely.
get it there as long as you pay for it. As long as you pay for it on your dime, we get it. As long as you give us the $50 to get it cross customs to you, we'll get it over there to Canada. I love it. I love it. I love it. Jennifer, I know we came here to talk about this really quickly, but tell these people about them candles while I got you here too. What you got going on new on the candle front?
Well, I got your favorite Woo and May. Those are
Uh-huh.
the top sellers. You burnt that down to the
Uh-huh.
ground.
Yes,
I
I
saw
love
that,
it.
so I can send you. I can definitely send you some more. Everything in the store is organic, non-processed. I get my wax and I get my fragrance oils from a black female supplier. So we keeping it all in family. She's
Mm-hmm.
Maryland Wax Club. She is the best, and they burn for 45 to 60 hours each candle, and they're
Mm,
8 ounces. Yeah,
mm.
check me out.
So somebody said the promo code doesn't work for the candles. No, it's not for the candles. The promo code is
For the oil.
specifically for the oil. 'Cause
Pacific.
this is what we was talking about today, but I just figured since I got it here, we might as well throw in the candles as well. Listen,
My
y'all
man.
already know how the Funky Bunch do. The lady told y'all she got 405 bottles. I'm gonna be very honest with you. That's not a lot for this crowd. Okay. I
I
have
know.
talked to people who have sold and they like, I had pushed 1,000 units. I pushed 1,500 units. Do not
Yes.
sit around and wait. And another thing y'all do that gets on my last goddamn nerve, y'all love emailing me 4 weeks later talking about, Funky Dineva, what's the name of that lady that was on there selling the oil? Listen, I'm not your lover or your secretary, okay? I am too busy to be keeping up with who was on the show when selling what. Bookmark the shit, make a note, or matter of fact, go ahead and buy it now. Go get your
Hmm.
card, go get your phone, go get whatever and get it now. If this ain't like this one of them items that's $200, you gotta wait till you get your check on Friday. You ain't got to, this is priced affordable for the ground beef eating girls, okay? For the girls that eating that ground beef from Argentina. This is, if you in the ground beef struggle, you can afford this. Go get your card and get you some oil and
Also,
get you some
real
oil.
quick, every package is going to come with this little note card, letting you know every herb that's on there, every essential oil that's in there. And on the back is a QR code for what? A Spotify playlist. Cause you know we gonna put the R&B on there,
Come
baby.
on, come
Got some
on.
Howard Hewitt. We got some Isley Brothers. Got a little bit of Carl Thomas. All You Giving.
Oh,
Got
that's
all
my
that good stuff.
favorite Carl Thomas song. I
It's
got
slept
a
on. It's slept
friend
on.
on you. I can depend. She lives my whenever I
Yeah.
need you. Yes. She gives me love like the very sunshine. That's Carl Thomas, all that she's giving. Y'all gotta go download it. That was my
Yes.
shit in college.
Yeah, me
Nevertheless,
too.
nevertheless, before we get on up out of here, Jennifer, tell these people whatever else you want them to know about this and where they can find all of you in all of this across all of social media.
Okay, I will never get on a platform and promote or perpetuate lies or
Mhm.
unfulfilled dreams. I will never tell you that this oil will automatically grow your hair. What it does do, it aids in healing.
Mhm.
Everything in this bottle is anti-inflammatory, which leads to a healthy scalp, and in turn can cause hair growth. So I want you to read the instructions. I want you to use it every day, every other day. I want you to make sure you are diligent and disciplined in your hair routine, your skin routine, because I can get you right.
Mhm.
Just mess with me. Also, follow me on Instagram, TCT Candles. And I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate you and Michelle B.
Jennifer, I
Y'all
love
are
you. I
awesome.
always love your energy. You bring just such a calming energy to the space. And then the fact that me and you connect the way we do on
Mm,
R&B, I love it. Some people are saying the
man.
promo code is not working. Does it have to be spelled a certain way? Is it
It only works for the root oil. If they're trying to get it with candles or they're
okay?
trying to get it off the entire order, it
You got
doesn't work. Just
okay.
on the root oil.
Okay, now
Yeah.
now just for clarity, let's say hypothetically they got candles and the oil in their cart. Will it take it off of the root oil with candles being on the
Yes.
order? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I
Hey.
said that out right before I got on.
Okay.
Funky 25.
Okay, y'all. With Jennifer Marks from the Clean Candle Theory. I'm just butchering the hell out of the name. The Clean,
They can read it, they
the
see it.
TCT, the Clean Theory Candle Company.
Right.
Lord, my brain is fried from last night. Jennifer, hold on. They saying the oil sold out. Let's see. Are y'all
It
sure?
can be. It can
Are
be.
y'all sure? I let me say, is it sold out, y'all? Or is just a discovery kit? I know y'all didn't go up there and buy all these lady units just like this. Y'all gonna have some all sold out, baby. They say it's all sold out.
Mm. Well, I'm about to re-up.
I
I'm
know
putting
I
the orders
said
tomorrow.
I'm gonna keep the advertising rates low on this show, bitch. But I'm about to double these motherfucking advertising rates, bitch. Y'all
Me.
hoes is not
Not for
finna be
me.
coming on my show making $80,000 and $90,000, and I'm walking off with $2,500. Oh hell no, Jennifer! Thank you so much. I
Thank you,
enjoyed.
Q.
Be
You
sure.
have no idea.
Yeah, no, they said it's not sold out. They said the root still running the order
Yeah.
still. I'm finna say, I know
Yeah, it's
y'all didn't
still
go
in
on and
there.
buy 400 bottles that damn quick. Now, it probably will be sold out by the time this replay and everything
Mm-hmm.
hit. So you
I'm looking
definitely,
forward to it.
right, y'all know my videos get about 100,000 views within 24 hours. So
You
it
doing
probably
good,
will
Q?
be sold out by tomorrow. So definitely go on and get your order. Jennifer, we'll talk later, girl. Be sure to check in with Michelle B tomorrow and let us know how the
Sure
sales
will.
went. Sounds good,
Thank you so
Jennifer.
much,
All
guys.
right, you have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Y'all, that was Jennifer Marks from the Clean Theory Candle Company. I got two more stories, and then we're gonna get on the hell up out of here. This first one has to do with Cardi B saying she spent $1 million on this video for Aha. The consensus is the video definitely wasn't worth $1 million. Cardi feels the same way, and she says she feels like people took advantage of her because she's Cardi B. Take a listen.
And I hope you guys enjoy the music video today. Yo, I don't understand how the fuck this music video was expensive. This is why I be talking about, like, sometimes it is so annoying to be Cardi B. Because no lie, I swear to God, right? I wanted this music video to be simple. I wanted a street, like I wanted a very street New York summer vibe, right? And I'm thinking, right, because a lot of artists do videos in the streets, that this music video will be about, I'll say about $250,000. Bro, this video came out to be over $1 million. And this is the shit that be pissing me off, because it wouldn't even, if you look at the video, it doesn't even give that. But the way sometimes, because I'm Cardi B, I be getting overcharged is annoying. Like, For example, to get permits, I know for a fact, average like rapper that do music videos on blocks, it doesn't cost that much. I really wanted to do my music video in a small block in the Bronx. No. They made me do it in different places. And to get permit, it was so expensive. And I feel like they overcharged me for permits. I feel like, they made it a big deal because I guess I'm Cardi B. Like it's like it was about 40 NYPD cops, which made it impossible to motherfucking shoot. We couldn't even get right shoots because NYPD was being so, I mean, like, they was just doing too much. It was just a lot. Like, I'll tell you this would be the last time I ever do music videos in a public setting that I cannot get control. Like, it was just too much. I was so overstimulated. I was so underwhelmed. Like, I was just so over it. It was a 2-day video shoot, and it just like
All right, so um, Cardi, I love you to death. Cardi, you dumb as hell for paying it. You were dumb as hell for paying it. Now, I refuse to believe that if me and you went in there to get a permit to do something, the cost is $2,000, and the people heard, oh, it's Cardi B, so we're going to charge her $50,000. I am pretty sure the cost of a permit in the city is standardized, right? But probably what isn't standardized is, well, because you are Cardi B and you're probably going to attract this much of a crowd, you need to have XYZ amount of security. You need to have XYZ amount of whatever. The harsh reality of the situation is, Cardi, when y'all totaled up everything on the sheet before y'all did it, because I refuse to believe you were paying as you go, you shouldn't have did it. $1 million on a music video, your shit should have looked like Janet Jackson, Busta Rhymes. Gonna make your body me. Gonna make. Which when Hype Williams was it Hype Williams or Billy Woodruff? I can't remember. They did that video at the time when Janet Jackson and Busta Rhymes made that video. At that time, it was the most expensive music video ever made. In 2026, for $1 million, your video was supposed to be giving Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson. Honestly and truthfully, Cardi, I think that if you were going to do the whole street video thing, the whole make it look like I recorded it with an iPhone, you should have recorded it from an iPhone. I can't tell you how to move. Me and my friends, we would have rented a van. They'd have did my hair and makeup in that van. We'd have said, bitch, hurry up and get out real quick before the light change. Okay? We would have did a nasty 1, 2, 3 in front of the bodega and then hopped our ass back in the van and went to the next location. You're Cardi B. Like, even the most scaled down raw version of a video on an iPhone, you still would have won because you're Cardi B. The beautiful thing is, Cardi, that nobody wants to be taken advantage of. You're fortunate enough that you do have enough money to gamble a little bit. Now, I don't think anybody should be taken advantage of. This was just a lesson learned. This was a lesson learned. And here's the thing, Cardi. When the money's coming out of your pocket, other people don't have a problem helping you spend it. But there's no way in hell I would have been on your team and would have allowed you to spend $1 million on a video that gave what it was giving. So somebody keeps saying in the chat, Scream was the most expensive video. And I do think at one point, Scream was one of the most expensive videos. But I do remember distinctly at the time that Busta Rhymes and Janet came out, and I can't remember if that was before Scream or after Scream, but at the time that Busta and Janet came out, they took the record for most expensive music video with all that CGI stuff, which probably Y'all 13-year-old son can probably do that right now on AI from his computer. But at the time, the technology was new. Your team failed you, allowing that much of your money, allowing that much of your money to be spent up on a video. Last but not least, because I am the same person that got on my platform and said that we owe it to Claressa Shields to support her in the realm of boxing. And I stand by what I said. Some of y'all are still unable to get past her personally and whatever the case may be. I am going to make it my business to support Claressa Shields in boxing and to promote her positively when I see something positive that she is doing. And with that being said, this is how, and this is why when I be getting on here with y'all sometimes and I be arguing and I just be going for 20 minutes to be right, because y'all can always tell the stories when I'm just like, I just have to be right on this. And I get a lot of vindication and satisfaction from being right more times than not. I love when I'm right. And they say she's officially sold out of the oils. Advertising rates are getting ready to double. Shit, they doubling the price of beef. Everybody else getting theirs. Bitch, I need to get mine. But I was right when I said we do not need to know Claressa Shields personally. We just need to know her in the world of business. Watch the difference when y'all watch this video about how you feel about Claressa Shields.
The money that I make comes from the whole thing of boxing, the licensing fee, ticket sales, the gate, concessions, merchandise, the sponsorships, everything that happens with the fight. Because I am the main event and everybody is coming there to see me, I get these benefits of getting a big piece of the pie of all of that. So I'm in the negotiation when I'm talking about the licensing fee, how much we want from, how much we need from the zone. I know how much we're spending to throw fights. I know what's the money we can make off the gate. Like the last gate, we did $2 million up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And even up in Detroit with 18,000, we did 2.5 million up in Detroit. So we're doing really good high gates. We got great licensing fees, great sponsorship deals, and then you got the concessions and the merchandise. I get a piece of all that. So it's like when I hear people talk about how much money I make, it's like they don't even understand the full landscape of how boxers make money. It's like I think the only boxer who making money how I'm making money is Canelo. Like Canelo making money off of the concessions, the merchandise, the gate, the licensing fee, the sponsorships and all that stuff. It's just you have to learn about these things, and if you don't know, you just don't know. And that's why the Muhammad Ali Act.
So I'm going to cut it short. I loved her there. Didn't that feel good? Didn't that feel different than when she doing the other stuff? This brought me in. No shade. I didn't even know she was smart. I was pleasantly surprised when she used the word landscape. When she was like, you have to know the boxing landscape. I was pleasantly surprised by that. She sounded articulate. She sounded smart. She sounded assertive. She sounded about her business. In addition to that, even if it doesn't pertain to boxing, as a woman in business, there was a lot to take away from that. If you are the main event and people are coming to see you, you need to be getting a piece of X, Y, Z. This is the lane that she needs to be in when she's public facing. Now, you could be a man eater. You could fuck Remy Ma, Papoose gonna put a baby in me, hoes just jealous. Do all that on your personal time. If this girl really wants to like go from this to this and be that big thing and she's growing up, I'm going to give her some blessings. I'm going to give her some praises. We need to see Claressa in this light more. Pap, you've got a vested interest and seeing her successful, Claressa does not need to do any more social interviews. She does not need to do any more social interviews. She don't need to do no more interviews talking about her relationship with Pap and Remy and all. It strictly needs to be about the business and get out the way. Claressa, more of this, more of this, more of this, more of this, sis. This is your lane. This is where we need you. We need you here. We got enough of low IQ, no talent people doing the low hanging fruit social interviews, the love and hip hop stuff. Let them do that. You stay right here in this pocket. And that's that on that. Anyway, y'all, somebody said Q does not know what he's talking about when it comes to permitting and expediting. It's money that will make it move quickly. Well, it didn't have to move quickly. It didn't have to move quickly. But I am pretty sure from an audit perspective, I cannot walk into the New York City of permits and they say Quentin Latham, a permit for you is going to be $50, and Vanessa Williams, a permit for you is going to be $900,000. I'm pretty sure that that dynamic doesn't exist. Now, if she had to grease palms in order to expedite things, that's another conversation. That's another conversation. So be careful before you start writing stuff in all bold, talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. I take that kind of stuff very offensively because I pride myself on being smart. And anytime you say something to me that tries to suggest otherwise, that's when I'm going to get mad with you. Just for future reference. That's when I'm going to get mad with you. Nevertheless, Kenya Moore's facelift. I don't got the pictures up here on the screen. Kenya Moore's facelift. What do I think? It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't like. It's not bad. I don't think she needed it, but who gives a damn what I think? It's her face, right? I don't think it's bad. Certain angles, she looks a little different, but I also think that that's because like it still hasn't settled and she still may be swollen a little bit or whatever, but I don't think she looks bad. I don't think it was necessary, but who am I to tell somebody else what about their face is necessary or not? I don't know what she was feeling. I don't think she looked bad. Me personally on the facelifts, I'm more of a wait till my face like really start to look wrinkly and saggy before I go get one. That's my school of thought. But there's another school of thought with the plastic surgery stuff that people say if you get it before you need it, people will never knew you had it. So I don't know. I don't think Kenya looks bad. But what I do think is going to happen is that this is going to usher in a whole bunch of the other girls getting facelifts. I definitely see it coming. Because her results turned out so good, I definitely think this is going to usher in a new wave of the girls getting their faces touched. But outside of that, that's all I got on it. Anyway, I'm finna go eat. I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.